Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath1078.
FamilyMath1078. So we're going to take a look at, this is mostly revisiting an old project with one set of graphs that's new that I just learned about this morning from Stephen Storgat's tweet. So there's a website called endcoronavirus.org, right up here in the corner. I'll link to it in the blog post. It says, which states and territories are doing the best in beating COVID-19? So this is what a winning shape looks like, this is what a nearly there shape looks like, and this is what a needs action shape looks like. All right?
Okay.
All right, so here's some states that are doing well. So what do you notice about this?
Well, let's see. Alaska here, it's similar to the winning curve that was sort of the optimal curve, but it's got this sort of point in the middle where it's sort of just staying stagnant.
Okay.
Not changing, and then it drops dramatically.
All right, what do you notice?
I noticed that most of the ones that are beating these four of them, they're kind of isolated from the rest of the United States.
Okay.
So maybe that has something to do with it. But they all kind of have the same, it goes up fast and then down fast shape.
Yep.
It looks like the Virgin Islands is experiencing sort of a second wave of it. It was at a low point and now it rose back up after that.
Yeah. One of the tricky things for me on this is these shapes are definitely important, but I think the scale on the y-axis is different for every state.
I would think it would be.
All right.
Different populations.
Another thing about the states that are doing well, or these areas that are doing well, is that they're all very small population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
States and territories that are nearly there. Okay, what do you notice about these?
These look a little different than some of the other ones we've seen. Puerto Rico looks very different than the previous. It looks like it's experiencing it just dropped one day and then it sort of rose back up, but only a little more than half of what it was before.
I mean, again, like some of these states we can see are like states that kind of got it first, and are kind of near the end.
Washington too, also
yeah.
was one of the first ones.
But yeah, it looks like there's a fair amount of them though that are kind of experiencing like second waves, like Wyoming, Maine a little bit. Washington's kind of flat there. But yeah, all these states, I mean, except with maybe New York and Florida, have kind of smaller populations. Most of them do, at least. And maybe more spread out populations. Again,
Yeah,
except for
this
New
one's
York.
a mix. It's definitely some small populations, but Washington's pretty big.
Yep.
Florida's pretty big. Connecticut, decent size anyway. Okay.
Yep.
States and territories that need to take action. So, there's a lot of them here, so I can't even fit them all on one screen. But let's go to the middle of it. So what do you notice about this?
Well, these just look sort of, almost all of them look just like a curve rising up. There's no other side to the curve. There's no decreasing side of the new cases.
And yeah, a couple of them I'm kind of confused about, like, why wouldn't, for example, Michigan's be considered nearly there? Because it looks pretty similar to the yellow graphs.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's look, you're right. Michigan, if we go back up,
Like it looks
a
kind
lot
of
like
that.
Washington. Yeah. So anyway, there's got to be some tough calls, but yeah, Michigan, of these states that it's being compared against with more work to do, Michigan certainly looks pretty good compared to some of these other ones.
Yeah.
Which one of these graphs would concern you? You can each pick one.
Possibly Minnesota, because it had a very low rate of increase, and then recently it's shot up. There's a lot of new cases.
I'm going to go with Utah here.
Let me bring Utah onto the screen. Okay.
Where it went up, stopped for a bit, went down, and then went back up.
Okay.
And Wisconsin's actually kind of the same. Tennessee too, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's interesting how different things are in different states.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say about these graphs?
Well, I mean, they all look like only one side, except for a few of them that almost completed the curve, like Ohio, and some of the other ones that had a new onset wave of the cases.
Okay. All right. Now let's go look at some of the graphs and interactive sites that we've looked at previously.
All right.